it. Cool, cool, cool. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can tell me like a boss. What catch you should twice you use the queen of the zoom. How can you turn this thing around? Wow, I love that, right? You know what? You feel as if this is your virtual stage. Really, you do. You're like, okay, I'm coming out now. So it cracks me up. So I sit back here and I just smile. And then I'm quickly saying, you got everything in front of you? I love it. Hey, y'all, how you doing? What's going? Zoom stars and future Zoom stars. I'm here with my weekly live. Hey, Rakita. I'm looking at you guys there. I see you. Again, I'm live streaming in a few locations. I'm on my main page. I'm also on a business page. I'm also in leveraging Zoom to grow your business. You may want to go to that Facebook group because that's where all the Zoom stars hang out. You can get there by going to zoomtogrow.com, zoomtogrow.com. Absolutely. Woohoo! And on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, I see you guys out there. What's up? A lot of good stuff coming out on YouTube from me soon, but that announcement will be made later. Anyway, how you guys doing on this Tuesday? I feel like my glasses are all weird. You know, I'm really considering the LASIK surgery, right? Because sometimes I really don't. And these are readers. I have contact lens on and I still have to wear these. So anyway, I think I'm gonna get LASIK. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. It's a little cleaner because I feel like I was looking through, it was kind of dirty. Today, I got some good stuff to share with you as always. And you may be like, well, what are you sharing today, Marquessa? What's going on? Why should I listen to you? You know, I'm busy. So I'm going to answer your question. Oh, and by the way, let me go to my, you know how I love to do this. I'm going to go to my little Christmas phone because I have my fan on because, you know, we want to stay nice and cool, right? I am going to go back to the full view, but while I'm here, before I get into what's to come, which we call preview, if you're not on my Zoom, I'm about to pronounce it wrong, right? Come back, Marquessa, come back. Zoom Queen Tips text list. That was a mouthful where I text you and let you know, hey, I'm going live. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you may want to get on that list. And that's the number 917-724-8462, 917-724-8462. Do me a favor. This is something new. If you kind of want to know, well, no, I can't do it that way. That's too much. I was going to offer something, but then I thought, no, you got to put it yet one more place. But on a personal note, and let me go to my big one here. Let me do this. On a personal note, you can see me. Yeah, right. On a personal note, I'm excited because I have joined
a fitness challenge. I did it last year and it was helpful. And I love it because it really helps me get in the mood to work out. And, you know, I can go to a Zoom and I can go to a Zoom. You hear me? I can go to a gym and know what to do instead of walking in and going, so what now? And then I'll go in, get on a machine for like 5 minutes. And then I'll go to the ladies' room and spend more time getting dressed up to go to my next thing. No, no, no. I want results. I want a tone. I want to know what these different things are for. So I love when I get to leverage somebody else's expertise. So shout out to Coffee Time. I'm so, so excited. So anyway, if you're curious about, girl, what is this fitness journey all about? What are you participating in now? Feel free to go to my personal private Instagram. It's not private, it's personal Instagram. My name, Marquessa Patway. That's my personal Instagram. I'm not going to post it on my main Instagram. It's personal because I'm posting sweaty stuff and sweaty videos, and I'm not trying to put that out there. I'm just saying, but I want to be real because that's what fitness does. You're supposed to sweat. Anyway, I'm going to come back here. Today last week, if you recall, we talked about one of the newest features of Zoom. Do you remember what that was? Put in the chat room if you remember, guys. I see you. Put in the chat room if you remember what we spoke about. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Let me know if you remember what we spoke about. We spoke about the waiting room. What does the waiting room look like? What has happened? Well, I broke down the purpose of the waiting room because remember, as Zoom Queen, I'm really about strategy. Why am I about strategy? Because I want to help you grow your business, your influence, and your impact all via Zoom. Yeah, hear me? Your business, your influence, and your impact all via Zoom. And you can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. It's interesting. I had one of my Zoom Enterprise members email me the other day. It was so sweet. She says, oh, Marquessa, since I have, upgraded to Zoom VIP, which you can do by going to zoom2grow.com. I have taken Zoom to the next level and then going through your courses and learning all these things. So guys, it's worth it. It's really, really worth it. And as a side note, I do have Zoom courses, but you can access almost 3,000 for free if you are a Zoom Enterprise member, okay, of mine. And how do you become a Zoom Enterprise member of mine? Go to zoom2income.com. I have a lot of domains, but it's easier to go to just zoomqueen.com and they're all there in one place. So that's Zoom2Income, that's zoomtoincome.com. All right. So we talked about the waiting room last time. Well, I wanted to show you what it looks like once you add on the new feature of the waiting room. What's the new feature of the waiting room? You can now add video. Now, I told you this was coming like 6 months ago. Zoom is slow sometimes, but it came, it's here, and it's cool. So I wanted to give you a snapshot of what this looked like. Let me see. And I have a lot of little snapshots that I want to share right here. And so I'm kind of excited because not only I'm going to first share what does it look like in the back end. So it's kind of like you want to share things in a certain order. So of course, I'm not organized. Another thing I'm going to share, by the way, while I'm getting this ready is I want to share another feature of Zoom, which you love, and many of you have messaged and emailed me about. It's a big deal, but I'm only going to just share a tip because I have one of my good friends who's over a lot of nerds, but tech nerds, coming on, and she's like the app queen. So, I'm Zoom, she's app. So I want her to come on and kind of share what her favorite Zoom apps. If you have a favorite Zoom app, let me know. Okay, but I have the nerd expert. Oh, well, she's not a nerd expert, but she's like over nerds because nerds like apps. But don't get offended by being called a nerd because I kind of feel like I'm a nerd too. Tech nerd. That's a whole nother situation. But anyway, she's going to come in. Her name is Beth, and she's going to come in and share. I think next week, we're still organizing the schedule, but she's going to come on and share maybe a couple of her favorite ones. I need to make sure. Okay, good. So she's going to share a couple of her favorite ones. So I'm kind of excited about that. Let me make sure everything is going good because I always like to see what's going on, where you guys are, all the good streaming, what's happening. Okay, I see you there. Good, 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 good. I see quite a few people. Got you. I get to kind of see where you are, and see what is going on. Now, what's interesting is, but it's showing in there. I just want to make sure it's not showing that some of the ones are online. So just want to make sure that people aren't like, request is not online. Good, good, good. So I want to make sure. Now YouTube is showing online, but I don't show the rest of them. But clearly it is, because I see you guys looking right there. So I'm concerned, but if you, for some reason, I'm not live, then let me know. But I can tell because I'm looking at it on my phone. Okay. So let me go back here. I'm going to minimize this. We got loud New York City. It's always loud and we can't help ourselves. Loud, loud, loud. Okay. So, and again, I want to share with you a little peek into a really cool app that you need to download yesterday. So I'm going to share that really quick to kind of whet your appetite for next week. But I also want to show you another incredible feature that you should really do that makes us very happy that Zoom just put out there. So I want to show you all of this. And then you're like, Marquessa, you're moving too slow. I'm like, I know, I can't help myself. I'm always moving slow because I'm trying to do 15 things at once. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Now, I'm hoping I don't have to move my overlay, but I may have to. It's weird. Sometimes I got to do that. All right. So let me go to share screen. And I'm going to go to the settings here. So stay with me. Let me see if it's sharing for you. Let me see if it's sharing. Okay. Let me know if you see it. Rakita, let me know. I see you there. Let me know if it's sharing. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. So I'll keep an eye on it. All right, guys, you see this? I know it's kind of tiny. This is, if you go into settings, this is where you customize your waiting room. Okay, I just wanted you to see that really quick, right? I showed this to you before. Go into your Zoom settings. This is where you customize the waiting room. You got that, right? So I'm going to stop share. So now that you have that, when I pull up this other picture, guys, it's a big deal. Like, oh my goodness. When I pull up this other picture, you want to go, what, where'd that come from? How did she do that? You can't say that because I showed you where it was. Because initially I said, but Marquessa, you shared that last week. I'm like, I know, but if I don't share, people are going to message me and say, well, how did you get there? So I wanted to make sure you knew how to get there. Zoom.us, log into your account, you know the rest. All right, check it out, guys. Let me see, where am I? Here it is. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Check this out. So this is my waiting room video. It's 43 seconds long. Isn't that cool? And if you want to listen to it, you would have to go to my waiting room right now. All right, because the waiting room video comes up when you're live in your Zoom. So if you're thinking, oh, so anytime someone goes to my waiting room, they're going to see this. Not necessarily. If you are on a live Zoom, they will see it. So if you want to see my Zoom, I'm not going to let you in this time because I got too much to cover, but it's speakism.com, speakism.com. So if you want to pop into the waiting room, you can see this. And a lot of you saw it last week, but in case you didn't get a chance to see it, feel free to pop in there. But if you notice, Zoom gives you a few options. It asks you, what do you want your participants in the waiting room to see? Do you want them to see the normal Zoom default screen, which means you're doing nothing? Do you want them to see a logo and description, which was the norm for many of us until they dropped video last week? Okay. And here's video right here. So I do see people coming into the waiting room. So check it out. And by the way, if you're sitting in my waiting room, speakism.com, that's the domain that I've created for my Zoom situation. If you're there, give it about 30 seconds and the video will come up. All right. Video takes a little bit of time. It's still kind of in beta. So give it about 30 seconds. So I see some people checking it out. Enjoy, guys, but stay with me. All right. So you saw that. Let me show you something else. Wasn't that cool? I got something else to show you. So I'm going to minimize that. It's just there's a bunch of pictures in front of me. All right. I'm going to hit share here. and I'm going to share with you. And this is what happens if someone is on their mobile phone. Okay, known as cell phone. If someone is on their cell phone, just trying to make sure it's sharing. If somebody is on their cell phone, then this is what they're going to see. Okay. So you can, and what's so cool is you get to see, oh, that's how it looks on a cell phone. Oh, that's how it looks on a desktop. So it's really cool. So guys, you're just going into your settings. You're going to go to customize, you go to waiting room. You're going to hit customize waiting room. And then what you're going to do, you're going to upload a video. Please make sure that that video is 30 megabytes or less. Okay. And it's an MP4, of course, MOV or M4V, but they give you all the instructions right there. Isn't that cool? Do you like it? Do you like it? Let me know. You see it, Rakita? Guys, if you're in the waiting room, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Okay, good. So I got quite a few people checking out the waiting room. Let me see what she's talking about. So I'm going to hit stop share. So that kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. I didn't show it to you last week. I just told you the purpose of the waiting room, told you the wonderful benefit and feature. And this week, I wanted to kind of show it to you so you can get super, super excited. All right, so let me move to my next thing. As you may or may not know, Zoom also released Zoom apps. Guys, this means Zoom pretty much interacts with anything you use. More than likely, it's going to interact with your project management system. It's going to interact with your calendar. It's going to interact with so many things. But now Zoom has gotten funky where you can literally use the app right in Zoom, like right when you're there. So I want to show you something. I'm going to show you something. Are you looking your eyeballs on me? I know some people are distracted in my waiting room. But let me show you something really quickly. One of the apps that I just, again, I have an app, I call her the app queen, that's going to come in and just share what she loves about apps and all that good stuff. So she's going to do that, but I just want to get you excited and give you a taste. So I'm going to show you something that's really cool. So let me hit share screen real quick. Here it is right here. Now, here's the question. Do you ever speak sometimes? I see you over there, Gerald. Look at him. They all checking it out. Do you ever speak sometimes and you're like, oh man, what time is it? Did I go over? Sometimes the meeting planner will message you. You only got a few more minutes and you're only halfway through and you're like, crap. Well, what I love is a timer. And yeah, I know you're thinking, Marquesta, you don't have a timer beside you. I do, but when I'm in my zone, I'm like, I'm just focused, right? It's like I'm looking and I'm not really looking at things around me. I have the best intention before I start, but other than maybe the clock on my laptop, I really don't see it. But what I love about the timer is it really kind of lets me know the countdown. So you see that, isn't that cool? So this is one of the apps I really love. By the way, I completely forgot to say this. So sorry. Zoom update just came out yesterday. So you need to go to your Zoom. Don't do it now while you're watching me, unless, well, you can do it if you're not on Zoom. You can do it. But if you're on Zoom, don't do it yet. Otherwise, it's going to go away. But you want to update to the latest version. It just came out yesterday. It's 5.7 something or another. 5.7.1, I do believe it is. Okay, 5.7 point something. All right, and it came out, and what they did, they had to tweak some issues that were happening with apps, just all the things that they rolled out just last week. Of course, you're going to have issues. Remember, that's why it's called beta. So what they do is they go back in and tweak some, and then they release another update. So this was pretty quick. So I mean yesterday as in Monday, yesterday. So you need to upload or download the latest app. If you're listening to me going, well, how do I do that? You're going to go to zoom.us /download. Okay, zoom.us. That's the Zoom site, right? /download. And it'll take you right there. And it even tells you what's new. So you get a chance to read all those notes. So you'll see that it looks fabulous. Look at this. Isn't this cool? Right? And guys, look at this. I can hit resume. I can hit reset. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like expanded. This is crazy. Look at what it looks like expanded. Let me hit stop share. I told you I had a lot of little things to show you. It's so funny. I'm laughing because The ADHD in me wants to, let people in and say, oh, look at you. But I'm trying to stay focused. Not today, Marquessa. All right. So I'm going to hit share screen and I'm going to share the second screenshot that I've created of the app here. So check that out. So I expanded it. So you see how I'm over to the corner. I'm giving it a second to show up on the screen. I know I get it before you guys do. But if you look on the left-hand side, you see the Zoom window. And if you look on the right, you see that I just expanded the clock. Isn't that freaking awesome? Rakita's like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Well, when you go into Zoom, guys, here's the thing. When you go into Zoom, let me show you this. Let me just finish this piece and I'll show you. So what I love about the clock, you see how I can hit 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So whether I'm speaking or somebody else is speaking and I need to keep them on time, I love that it's right in front of my face, right on Zoom. Isn't that cute? And the same place, you can get the brand new virtual backgrounds at Zoom rolled out. Remember, if your Zoom virtual background is still looking a little amateurish and you're looking like an alien or something, go to zoomqueen.com and download my free ebook all about the equipment you need to buy. And exactly, this is the piece so many people miss. There are certain steps, Hunty, that you must take in the Zoom back end to make sure that your virtual background shows up right. So all of that is zoomqueen.com, page down till you get that ebook. All right, so I'm going to stop share and some people are going, well, Marquessa, I don't know how to get into apps. I don't know how to get into apps. So I'm going to show you right now. Give me a second. So I'm going to hit stop share. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick little picture, a screenshot also. And by the way, if you have the Zappad, you can just press a button and it takes a screenshot. I love it. Hello. But here I'm a little bit in a hurry, so I'm going to go ahead and show you this real quick. Can I write on it? It would be so cool if I can write on it. I know I can, guys. I know you're like, Marquessa, don't you know about annotation? Of course I know about annotation. Okay, good. So let me hit stop share so you can see this real quick. I love it. Okay, good. I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to hit share, not stop share. I'm going to hit share, darn it. Okay, well, I'm moving so slow here. I don't know why. I move slow sometimes. Okay, I'm going to hit share screen. And if you're not quite sure where to go in order to get the apps, that's what I'm going to show you now. At least I thought I was going to show you. Why isn't it coming up though? Is not coming up. I don't see where it is. Okay, let me try that again. Let me do this. Sometimes Zoom will hide from certain things. Let me just do this. Bring it up a different way. Give me a second. Guys, are you still in the waiting room? If you kind of coming on now, I wanted you to see what it looks like to have Zoom video in your waiting room. So if you want to see that, head on over to speakism.com. You can see it while I'm live. If you go later, I can't promise you that you're going to be able to see it, okay? So if you want to see that, go over there. You'll be in my waiting room. I'm not going to let you in, so don't think I'm ignoring you. And you can check it out. Okay, I think I've got it. So let me minimize and let me hit share screen so you can see it. There we go. Boom, boom. Here we go. Excuse me, guys. I kind of took a screenshot mid-smile, but I'm not frowning. And if you look at the bottom in the dashboard section, what do you see? Oh, that's right. If you look at the bottom in the dashboard section, you see share screen. Everybody knows where that is. Big old green arrow, right? Or rather a black arrow instead of a green arrow. And you see polls, right? And then you see reactions. As a side note, I love that Zoom has given us way more emoticons. Is that what it's called? Emojis. What do they call emojis? I'm sorry, emojis. They've given us like a zillion emojis. And here's a little secret. If you have a MacBook Pro, it needs to be from 2020 on. I don't believe you can do this with 2019, but from 2020 on, you have a MacBook Pro. My dear, you can like run your whole Zoom right from your MacBook keyboard pad. If you're like, what? You've got to come to Club ZQ, baby, to get all those details. We talk about it this Thursday. I go deep. You think I go deep here? I go even deeper in Club ZQ, and then I give away some other things. Shh, shh, shh. There is, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, there is a cool app, guys, that gives you television video. And then I kind of marry it with Zoom, right? Oh my goodness, it's some stuff going on. So you want to be there Thursday, go to, if you're like, what is she talking about? Go to clubzq.com. If you can't get there, go to zoomqueen.com and just page down until you see Club ZQ. Does that make sense? Yes. Cool, cool, cool. So anyway, back to what I was saying. You see this right here? Let me do something real quick. I'm going to click my annotate button and I'm going to go ahead and spotlight it, spotlight. Okay. So you see the spotlight here and I'm putting the spotlight right where it says apps. You see that? Check that out. You see where it says apps? Isn't that beautiful? Do you love that? So click that, play with it. And then you can type in the word timer and you can pull up what I just showed you. Isn't that cool? Now I got one more thing to show you. Yeah, double doozy. So let me just stop sharing this. So hopefully you got that. So if you just joined us, you missed some good stuff now. You missed some good stuff. Not only am I giving you an opportunity to come and check out my waiting room, with my video in it. That's right. You can upload a video 30 megabytes or less right in your Zoom waiting room, right? Cool. Don't forget you got to enable the Zoom waiting room. So I showed you where to go in settings, right? Then I showed you what to click on, what it would look like once you uploaded your video. I even showed you a snapshot of the actual video. And I invited you to come right here on my Zoom. I'm not going to let you in today. Go to speakism.com, and you come right into my waiting room. You may say, well, Marquesa, can't we just go to your waiting room anytime? No, you have to really be live before your waiting room is there. And then it takes about 30 seconds before you come on. So guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. All right. Now, one other thing I want to show you, and this is big and may take me a few minutes over, but you're going to love me. You're going to love me. Something else that Zoom recently rolled out, which I absolutely love, is now you have your own survey. I know I should put on, I don't have that much time. I would put on sound effects, but now we have our own survey. And I know you're thinking, yeah, I heard that, but I don't know where it is. Hey, Amir, he's in my waiting room, one of my Club ZQ members. I know you're up here like, well, Marquesa, where is the survey? Well, Hunty, you need Zoom webinar. Here's a little, is it egg in your ear or bug in your ear? I think it's bug in your ear. You know, I like eggs better because I like eggs. So I'm going to say an egg in your, that just doesn't sound right. It must be bug in your ear. I don't like bugs, but I'm going to say bug in your ear. Here's a little bug in your ear on Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Write that down. 12 p.m. Eastern. I am going to break down Zoom webinar. It is not what you think, honey. And you do not need to literally be doing a webinar to use it. It is amazing. It takes how you show up, how you deliver, how you share, how you impact, influence, all that wonderful stuff on Zoom to the next level. My members have been asking me for a while, can you drill down? And Zoom has added quite a few features, and I've spent so much time talking with you about Zoom Meeting, because Zoom Meeting has been on fire, that I've neglected the beautiful Zoom webinar, right? So if you want to come to that deep dive, just make sure you just save the date. Make sure you're on one of my email lists. If you're like, how do I get on your email list? Go to zoomqueen.com, download the free ebook that I told you about that'll give you information on virtual background, and you're automatically on my email list. Or you can also go to the text number, which I'll show at the end, okay? But I'm gonna drill down. So why am I telling you this right now? Because when I go into the back end, I don't want you going, what is that? I've never seen that. Well, why don't I have it? And if you're a Zoom Enterprise member, you already own it. If you're not, it's an extra $40 a month. And you may want to become a Zoom Enterprise member so that you get that piece. Here is something else. Also, so let me just share screen really quickly. Let me share screen. Oh, pull up Chrome, Marquesa, because it's a few things that I'm holding here. Okay, this is so much fun. I love Zoom. Like, oh my goodness, I love Zoom. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to zoom.us and I'm going to sign into my backend and I'm going to share my screen in a second. Guys, I'm going a few minutes over because I'm sharing one more thing. Now, I could wait to share it next week, but you know, I plan to share it and it's really quick. It's really quick. But just so you know, if you're wondering about the survey part, it is on Zoom webinar. So I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to go sign in. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to go ahead and go to webinars. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and open this webinar. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And if you want to know how I got there and all that stuff, save the date again, not this Friday, next Friday at 12 noon. And I'll send out information on that. All of my Zoom Enterprise members, it's a free event for you. If you're not a Zoom Enterprise member, there will be a small fee. Okay, for that. All right, here you go. So let me go to share screen here. Let me go right here. Okay, there we are. There we are. So you see this here? So this is the back end. I got to give it a second to show up. I know it's a little delayed. Give it a second to show up. Come on, come on, come on. There you are. It's showing up. Now you don't need to read all these words, but this is kind of a part of what's happening. So what I want to do now is I specifically want to show you, I want to show you how I set up the survey, how I set up the survey. This is really important. So how did I set up the survey? You're going to go to email settings. Which brings up everything, right? And you're going to go over to where it says survey, right? And then you can sit up here and add your own questions. And if you're like, well, request, I use SurveyMonkey, I use Constant Contact, I use Google Survey. That's okay because you can connect one of those to this if you choose. But what I love about the new survey, not only, and guys, I put a few questions in here already, not only is it allowing me to put some questions in here, but the link to the questions will also go out in the follow-up email. And you're like, follow-up email, what are you talking about? Zoom webinar, my dear, is a whole situation in itself. It is literally from end to end. You can run an event, take money, give out meals, you know, have a whole production. When it's over, tell Zoom to send a follow-up. That's how deep it is. So I'm going to talk about that, not this Friday, next Friday. I should give a date. I think it's August the 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So you may say, well, that doesn't look like a survey. I got to make sure you can see everything I can see. Yeah. So here's a survey. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to click on edit so you can see. These are my survey questions I put in here. So I can do a long answer. What was your biggest takeaway? Because some people are, you know, long-winded, especially speakers, you know. So I can do multiple choice. I can let them rate my virtual event, all that good stuff. Isn't that cool? My own survey is so cool. I don't know why am I so excited? I'm excited because again, I can do this within Zoom. Fabulous. You see that? Are you happy? Yes. All right. So let me go ahead and let me hit, and it was something else I wanted to show you. So I'm going to cancel. I'm going to get out of this. So you see that, and I know you're thinking, well, Marquesa, where do they let you, you know, do all these different things? It's all up in here. So again, you can, I was just reading something else. You can go right into Zoom webinar and you have all these amazing options. And here's another reason, guys, to get excited about Zoom webinar. I'm going to show you what it can look like. So let me do this real quick. Yes, it is. It is. Survey is Zoom webinar. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share something with you. Let me hit stop share. Let me hit share screen. Let me show you the page to this. No, I don't want you to go to the page. I'm just sharing the page with you so you can see the power of Zoom webinar. Okay. This is an example of a page. I know it takes a couple of seconds before you see it. This is an example of a registration page in Zoom webinar world. Okay. You're able to do a lot of things here. Okay. You're able to get funky with it, you know, do some serious things, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. So yes, some of these things you can do on Zoom meeting, but Zoom webinar, certain things you can only do on Zoom webinar. One thing I love about it is the follow-up. The follow-up is easy, is professional looking, is not just going into a past event and clicking something and confusing people. It is specifically for follow-up. But again, this is not about Zoom webinar. That's a whole nother situation, but I wanted you to see how cool Zoom webinar is. Okay, is that fabulous? So you guys, you learned so much today, right? You learned so much today. Does your head hurt? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make your head hurt. Yes, I did. So what's your homework? You need to go right now. You need to go. I get excited about this stuff. You need to go right now. And well, not right now, but as soon as I finish, go to zoom.us/download, right? And download to the latest version. It just came out yesterday, 5.7 point something or another. Go and do that just to fix some little things, right? Once you do that, I do want you to go into your settings, make a decision if you would like to leave your logo and your message in the waiting room, or would you like to verbalize it via video? So knock that out now. I just may pop into your waiting room. You just never know. And then number 3, I also talked about, I showed you a really cool app I love called Timer, which means that we can stay on time, although I'm not staying on time today. Sorry about that. And then number 4, I also shared with you another cool feature that Zoom just came out with called the Zoom survey, which is awesome on Zoom webinar. Okay. And I asked you to save the date. What date was that? August the 14th, 12 p.m. Eastern. So that, and if you're on my email list, you'll know what that's about, but it helps you take Zoom webinar to the next level. Okay. You don't need any of those other ones. It is so cool. And I think one of the biggest reasons people use Zoom webinar is it allows you to have a lot of people in your Zoom, but you don't have to see their faces because you may not want that distraction. They may not want that distraction. So that's the biggest thing. It's kind of like one-to-many, which is cool. But there's some cool things coming out with Zoom webinar. We'll get into that at a later point. All right, guys, who am I? Marquesa. And I'm gonna, you know what? I need to close the way that I open. So I'm gonna go ahead and close with my little theme song. So I'll see you guys here next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat station. I don't know, why do people say bat? Same bat time. I don't know why people say bat, but I do. Same bat time, same bat channel. And it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern, okay? I don't know why I don't know what's going on with me today. All right, see you guys later. Oh my God.
How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? You're the tool again to think of that. And pretty soon you two can zoom like a boss. What catch students wise
Hi, Elena.
How can you turn this thing around?
Elizabeth, she says, my head hurts. I see you, Elena.
And pretty soon you two can zoom like a boss. What catch students wise queen of the Zoom? How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? You're the tools we have to let it profit and loss. And pretty soon you two can zoom like a boss. What catch students wise queen of the Zoom? How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom?